Cooking with Rachel
and Jodie.
My favorite TV show of all time is The Andy Griffith Show.
And today we're making recipes from 2 different Mayberry cookbooks. Let's get started.
The recipe that I'm making today is for apple crumb pie, and it actually comes from my very favorite episode, which is called The Pickle Story. Aunt Bee comes to the courthouse to bring Andy and Barney lunch, and she says she has a surprise for them, and they guess what it is, and the first thing that they guess is Andy says, "Now don't tell me you got some of that good old apple crumb pie." That's not what she has. She has some really nasty pickles, but we're gonna make the good old apple crumb pie today. We started with an unbaked pie shell. We peeled and shredded 5 Granny Smith apples. In the saucepan, we're gonna put a cup of sugar, a half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of flour. And then I'm gonna turn it on to medium, and I'm gonna put in 2 tablespoons of melted butter, half a cup of orange juice, and the juice and rind from half of a lemon. And we're just gonna stir that over medium heat until the sugar is dissolved. So now that that sugar is dissolved, we've gotta let that cool for a minute. Now while it's cooling, we're gonna make our crumb topping. A half a cup of sugar, 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour, 1/3 of a cup of margarine, and then we're gonna cut that in. Now we're gonna add 1/3 of a cup of chopped pecans. So our crumb topping's done. We're gonna get our pie shell filled with the shredded apples. Okay, now we're gonna crumble our topping over it. Okay, so we're gonna put it in a 400-degree oven for 5 minutes, and then you turn it down to 350 and cook it for 30 minutes.
I'm gonna make Fun Girls Pecan Muffins from Aunt Bee's Mayberry cookbook. I need for you to be in charge of gracing the 12 muffin cups. We're gonna put 1.5 cups of flour, half a cup of sugar, half a cup of chopped pecans. But look what I got.
Those aren't just pecans.
No, pecan pralines. That's what we're adding. We'll see how that turns out. Because everything else I'm doing exactly like they say.
Wow.
We almost had a mishap with the baking powder, but we fixed that. 2 teaspoons.
Not tablespoons.
Not tablespoons. And then a half teaspoon of salt. Combine that. And then in a small bowl, 1 egg, slightly beaten, 1/2 cup of milk, and then 1/4 cup of oil. We're going to combine that, and then we're going to make a well in the center of our dry ingredients.
Oh,
I know that would impress you.
I've never done that.
You've never made a well?
No.
So there's my well, and then we're going to pour the mixture into the well. Then we're going to stir it just until moistened. Then we're going to bake in a 400-degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes. And then we're going to remove from the pan immediately.
Okay, I want to try this pie. Well, it tastes really good.
The topping is really good.
Good. The apples taste really good too. Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Now we have to try the muffin.
Yeah, let's try a muffin. Really weird.
I don't like that at all.
It's not a sweet muffin.
No, I won't make that again. But I would try that pie. Pies are really good. Thanks for watching another episode of Off the Cuff Cooking.
See the link in the description to check out these cookbooks.